Fan Expo of Dallas was lit this year. It was lit last year, but it was lit this year as well. Like, man, like that's the type of place for that's like a cosplay haven for those who for those who don't know. Anything that deals with geek culture, like comic books, video games, etc., etc. That's where you find it. And on top of that, you get to meet some of your favorite celebrities, whatever celebrities they present. You can get autographs, selfies at a certain price. Like every year they switch up. Every year they switch up the panel of celebrities. This year they were celebrating the anniversary of Back to the Future. So they invited the Back to the Future cast. It had a panel, like it was a meet and greet, a panel, you name it. They were celebrating that. They also had celebrities like Orlando Bloom, Mr. T, and John Cena. The vast majority of people came to see John Cena. Like, if I'm not mistaken, he was like the main attraction. Like all of these celebrities, they had different prices. For a selfie or for an autograph, you could get either or both, but you had to pay for the selfie and the autograph if you want both of them. But like me, like I just got the selfie. Like I just wanted to document that. Here's some of the celebrities that were supposed to be there. It was supposed to be like John Boyega, he was there. Christina Ricci, she was there. Of course, the cast of Back to the Future. Then you have Tom Welling. It was supposed to be Alicia Silverstone, Dolph Lundgren, the dude who played McLovin on Superbad. He was there. Who else is there? A few anime people, and Heather Locklear was there. I'm gonna talk about my encounter with Heather Locklear. Like I'm using that for a separate video, but I originally wanted, here's the thing, when it came to meeting these celebrities, I originally wanted to see two people, Dolph Lundgren and Alicia Silverstone. Well, unfortunately, both of them had to cancel due to scheduling conflicts. So I opted for Karen Ashley, who played the Yellow Ranger in the original Power Rangers TV series, but she didn't come till like much later, and her booth was in a different spot compared to last year. I was saying to myself, I'm gonna see Karen Ashley. This year I'm gonna see Karen Ashley, but then when I got there, she wasn't there. I think either she was late, she must have been late, or I couldn't find her booth. I didn't find her sitting her booth until like much later. Yeah, cause she was one of my crushes from the 6th and 7th grade. I loved me some Karen Ashley on the Power Rangers, but I hated when she left the show and they replaced her with another black chick who wasn't really all that. She was like alright, but she wasn't better than Karen Ashley. Okay, but I digress. Because I spoke to her last year about some telenovela that think she was in, a Brazilian novella. I said to myself, this year I'm gonna get me a selfie with Karen Ashley. But when I got there, I couldn't find her. I had circled that spot like a dozen times. I circled that building like a dozen times, but I couldn't find her. But an hour before I was about to leave, there she was, sitting at her little makeshift booth, all on her phone. I'm thinking, dang. If I knew she was there, I would have taken a selfie with her. If she's there next year, I would definitely try to find her. So instead, I opted for two people, Tom Welling and Heather Locklear. Now see, like Tom Welling, he's a dude that plays Superman in that Smallville TV series. Like I didn't know the dude was like an inch. I didn't know the dude was like a couple of inches taller than me. He like my brother's height. And I had asked him a question. I said, "Hey, did they make you wear that Christopher Reeve suit?" He said no with the quick. I said, nope. And then pose for the picture with me. And we just want to ask that because every time a new actor comes along to play Superman, they have that actor try on the Christopher Reeve suit because Christopher Reeve is the most iconic Superman out of the whole bunch. They always, for some reason, I heard they always make the new actor try on that suit just to see what it looks like and what CG graphics they could just tweak and put with it. It had other celebrities there also, like Priscilla Presley and Rob Schneider. They even had Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias there. I forgot he was there. Somebody might say like, well, you didn't get his autograph. I didn't feel like it. I was thinking about Jennifer Beals, who played in the movie Flashdance and Devil in a Blue Dress, but I was like, yeah, like when I saw that they lowered the price to see Heather Locklear, I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go with her because I've been I always liked Heather Locklear since I was like 5 years old. But I bet I would say that for another video. And then, okay, I mainly I spent most of the time like in the comic book section because it has some comic book artists that were autographing graphic novels and all that stuff. But some of them were charging an arm and a leg. Now see this chick right here in a skimpy one piece, like she was right here in this section that was signing these Vampirella. It's a comic book called Vampirella. I don't know if the character was modeled after her or she was the co-creator of that series, but she was there signing autographs, and a few people asked to take a picture with her. Man, like she had in this little skimpy one piece, and it looked like the one piece looked like it was 2.5 inches wide. It looked like it was 2 inches wide. I kid you not. It was that damn skimpy, and I think she where her nipples were at, it was glued to her nipples, and she moved a certain way because it was that skimpy. And she maneuvered around this outfit so well. Like if she moved the wrong way, something would have slipped out. And I walked by her table at least 10 times just to look at her. She was so freaking hot. If I knew what she was charging, I would have bought a Vampirella book just to let her sign it and take a picture with it. If I knew what the price was, man, she was smoking hot. But there were other celebrities there too. It was like John Boyega, the black dude from Star Wars. Right, like that John Boyega. I noticed like I was about to get her like he would have been like the fourth option if I was up there to buying selfies, paying for selfies and stuff. I would have got his. David Boreanaz, the dude who played Green Arrow, he was there, and and a couple of others. Your Mr. T, I wanted Mr. T's autograph too, but he was charging arm and leg. John Cena, he was there. John Cena, he was there, and it was a long ass line. Like 90, I saw like 80% of the people who were there. Hold on, correction, 70% of the people who were there to see John Cena. They had on they were dressed like him. Had the customized spinners championship belt. Like I saw multicolored "You Can't See Me" shirts, and then like he did like a Q&A. It had like a long list. It had like a lot of people wanted to ask him questions, and like they was asking him various questions about different subjects, and he willingly answered that question. Well, there was some dude who asked him about the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight that happened right here in Dallas.
Put my bias into this question, what I do know is that it was an event that I was excited about. I wasn't able to see it, but I knew about it beforehand, and I was excited about it. So I think therein lies the magic. And whether it was legitimate or staged, as long as you can keep the magic, then you did something good. You know, I don't follow boxing, but I knew about it. And I think that says something special for those two. So that's my stance on that. Thank you. Yeah, right on. Hey.
They were just mainly asking him random questions, and like even if they was completely off the wall, they were just asking him random questions, and he gladly answered those questions. Now, see, if I wanted to see John Cena take a picture with him, I would have broke the piggy bank to go see him, or wait in that long ass line because I got there early, so the lines were pretty short when I got there. It had like a handful of people, but like some of those lines. So I was fortunate enough to hurry up and get that out of the way. Cause like the Heather Locklear line was short, and so it didn't have a long ass line. and so was the Tom Welling line. Now, see, hours later, it had a big ass. Both of those celebrities had a big ass line of people waiting to meet them. But I was fortunate enough to go see them before that line got long. I learned my lesson from last year because I did that with Rose McGowan. I waited hours later and I had to stand in this long ass line to go see her. Dallas Fan Expo was lit. Now, see, this coming weekend, it's gonna have they're gonna have the collector con. It's kind of like Fan Expo, where it's like they sell different type of cards, DVDs, video games, fanboy ish, you name it. Like Waka Flocka gonna be performing there. Gonna be performing at Collector Con. Last year it was Yin Yang Twins. Waka Flocka Flame. I'm not a fan of Waka Flocka. I'm just gonna go up to the Collector Con just to see what it's like. But okay, but anyways, like I was saying, Fan Expo was lit. I can't wait for next year. I found out next year instead of it being in May and June, it's gonna be in September and October. I'm like, damn, September and October. And I'm like, why is it so late? And I found out like the World Cup is coming. It's coming to Dallas. That's why they moved. That's why they moved it like a few months later into the year because of the World Cup. But anyways, I can't wait to see who they gonna have lined up for next year's Fan Expo. I'm gonna try my best to make this every single year. I should have started going to this 7 years ago, but I never thought nothing of it. But now I really want to keep going to these things. I absolutely loved it, and you'll love it too if you're fortunate enough to go to something like this. Like Dallas is the only city that hosts events like this. It's basically all over, like New York, L.A., Canada. Like you just had to find out if it's in your town. But that's my video, Red. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Peace.